Hello, do you like punishments in your life, especially from school, from your teacher? Do you like it? Suppose you came without doing homework. Suppose you came without textbook. Then, or you have done anything wrong in the classroom. Your teacher punished you. What do you say about it? Especially in new situation, we teachers are not supposed to punish any student. Do you really support that philosophy? Do you really support that law? Or do you think that students should be punished in a way or other for what, to bring the better out from the children, we should punish them? What do you say about it? Anyway, today we have a chapter talking about that subject of small school, a small tuition center. A teacher punishes a boy, and a boy complains and going through the case such in a mental situation of a teacher and a student, and supreme power of a student in a classroom. That's something we are discussing today. Crime and Punishment by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan, you already know him. He is an Indian writer. And this is from your 5th unit and probably the last chapter from your 5th unit. Okay, so R.K. Narayan, I don't know whether you have heard about him or not. He is a famous one. Okay. He is a famous one, an Indian writer. Born in 1906 2011, is one of the widely read Indian writers in English. He is an Indian writer in English, R.K. Narayan. His many other books you will get Adventures of Bunny and Tree, especially from the students who come from state syllabus of 10th standard. You had a chapter there, Adventures in Bunny and Tree, right? All written by R.K. Narayan. Okay. He was born in Chennai or nearby state, Tamil Nadu, educated at Mysore or Missouri. His novels and stories are set in an imaginary South Indian town, Malgudi. See, his novels, stories, almost every of his stories that situates in an imaginary town known as Malgudi. Really, there is no such a town Malgudi, but this is an imaginary and created one by R.K. Narayan. Okay. His stories are noted for their irony. I hope you will understand the word irony means something opposite, talking quite opposite. Subtle humor, joke, and romance, energy of life. So 4 things are there. One thing is irony and humor and romance, energy. Just remember all those things of life and freshness of themes from everyday life. That's also a point why we understand all about his theme. He takes theme from day-to-day life. That's why people like us understand it. And especially he is from Chennai, so almost our cultures are equal. So we will also get the meaning of his theme very soon, and we understand the depth of the theme also very soon. He writes with extreme simplicity. That's a point. He's very simple about the lives and aspirations of the average, middle and lower class Indians. So average and middle and lower class Indians, he writes about, look at this, simplicity is his character, and he writes about the average, middle and lower class Indians. Whenever you go all of his stories, you will get that, and it's not a boosting or just telling something. That's true even when you go through many of his books, especially there is a book BA, Bachelor of Arts for R.K. Narayan, talking about the same simple theme. A horse and, talking about him again, A Horse and Two Gods, Malgudi Days and Under the Banyan Tree, all his famous are collections of short stories, almost as well known as his novels, essays and memoirs. Everything is well known. The humor and sarcasm in the story, sarcasm is like a satire or laughing at someone, okay. crime and punishment lies in the crime that the teacher. So this lies, the theme story, crime and punishment lies in what, crime of a teacher committed hitting. So a teacher hit a boy on his cheek, and the punishment that the student was instructing the teacher to do this or that, otherwise he would complain to his parents and that would lead to the further troubles. That was the all over picture of the story. I hope that's clear in the beginning. And look, before going into the story, adjustment and reconciliations are lubricants which help life run smooth. If we people are stubborn, obstinate, means we are not ready to change our mind in different situations, it's very hard to cope up with the society and lead a smooth life. And reconciliation, something like we must relieve in different situations, and we should adjust according to sometime, then only we can go in a smooth life. And if we are always stubborn, not ready to change, it would be comparatively difficult for us to lead a life, right? Okay. To establish a rapport, have you heard that word rapport? Rapport means a mental connection between two people. Okay. Mental connection between two people. Like if I talk with you, I should create a rapport, a relation. Like when a teacher talks to a student, he should create a rapport, then only you will understand. Suppose if you don't understand what I say, even if I use simple English, if you don't understand what I say, it means that we could not create a rapport between us. Really, this is a psychological term, means a scientific term also, rapport, relation, a mental relation between two. Okay. We should create rapport with others. We should respect the feelings of others and be ready to sacrifice certain personal interests. At times we may be laughed at, but still we can attempt to change the way of the world. Now read on. So we should adjust sometime. We must able to adjust according to the situation. That's as the introduction to the chapter. So now let's move to the chapter, crime and punishment. So let's read on. Crime and punishment. What is 16 3 multiplied? So 16 into 3. That was the question of the teacher. So imagine that you are in a small classroom. There is a teacher and a small student. This is a personal tuition. Okay. So the teacher asked a question. What is 16 into 3 multiplied? Asked the teacher. The boy blinked. What do you mean by blink? With eyes, like giving a simple expression. That's what he calls blink. Teacher persisted. Persisted means he compelled, asked him to do it again, continuously doing something. Okay, so that's teacher persisted. Tell me what is 16 into 3? And the boy promptly answered. Promptly means not deliberately, with a deliberate intention. 24. So do you think 16 into 3 is equal to 24? Never. So with, as it seemed to the teacher, a wicked smile on his lips, with 24, without minding the word of teacher, he simply answered 24. The boy evidently was trying to fool him and was being contrary on purpose. So he was being contrary on purpose means deliberately he was acting against the teacher. It was very clear from his face. He was like trying to be contrary on purpose. He had corrected this error. The teacher had corrected this error before, because he told it's already 48, right? 16 into 3, 48. Okay, he told it many times, but he was and now the boy persisted in saying 24, and he repeats it's 24, 16 into 3, 24. That was the situation. Now imagine teacher is asking question and the child is answering with a blinkered eye 24 without minding the words of teacher. How could this fellow be made to obtain 50 in the class test, 50 in the class test, and go up by double promotion to the first form? Like, here you have to think, there will be some schools which gives, when we get a double promotion, like you were in +1, you will get a double promotion to other class to first form, even in the half yearly examination also. Like that, the parents of this boy's teacher, the parents of this boy told the teacher what? To give him a double pass. And teacher was thinking, his parents told me to give him 50 more. But how this bad boy get a promotion to the first form? As his parents fondly his parents hoped that he should get a double pass. But how to get him? At the mention of 24, the teacher felt his blood rushing to his head. So what do you mean by his blood rushing to his head? He was getting angry. He controlled himself. But even though after the answer 24, he controlled himself and again asked, how much? As a last chance, how much did you say? How much did you say? 16 into 3? When the boy obstinately, without ready to change, without ready to change, like stubborn, said the same, 24. I say 24. He felt as if his finger were releasing the trigger. Like what, teacher felt as he was releasing the trigger of a gun to kill that boy. He reached across the table and delivered a wholesome slap on the youngster's cheek. Like, he was angry and came again and delivered a wholesome slap, means a slap on the face, little cheek of that boy. Slap it. Okay, that was because of the angry and the attitude of this boy. Do you really expect such a slap from your teacher also when you do such bad activities and when you are trying to be mischievous and obstinate and stubborn in the classroom? Do you expect it from your teacher? Anyway, let's think of it, okay, when you come to school. Okay. The boy gazed at him for a moment and then burst into tears. The teacher, now organized, regained his normal vision, felt appalled by his own action. Appalled means deeply shocked. Deeply shocked by his own action, and begged frantically, means very normally or very slowly. He don't cry, little fellow, you mustn't, I will tell them. So after this wholesome slap, what happened? He just gazed at the teacher and burst into tears, means he started crying. The boy started crying. Looking at this, teacher regained his normal situation and frantically, very slowly told, don't cry, why are you crying? Then the boy said, I will report to my parents. I will tell my parents about this. You slapped on my cheek. I will tell to my parents. Then he looked about cautiously. Fortunately, this nursery was at a little distance from the main building. So that nursery of the boy was with a little distance from the room. That's why no any parents were there. But the boy told that he would complain to his parent. Okay, I'll tell my mother, said the boy. His parents said once that the boy was a little angel. So boy told, I will tell my parents. But in the opinion of parents, this boy was an angel. Look, he was a little angel. All dimples, small things. Okay, dimples, smiles. Okay, dimple. Okay, smile, and not my smile, angel smile, just for example. Okay, and sweetness, only wings lacking. So that boy was an angel. He has sweetness, smiles, dimples, and only what he lacks to be an angel, only the wings. If he had wings, he would be an angel. That was the opinion of parents. And there are so many parents in our class or in many other schools also. They think that their children or their boy or their girl are angels. It's not about you. You people are angels. Okay. Angels. But really what happens, he was their only child. They had abundant affection and ample money. Parents had money like many of your parents, and they have abundant means really big amount of affection to the child. They built a nursery. Nursery means a small room, bought him expensive toys, fitted up miniature furniture sets. Miniature means small chairs, small table, a copy of something. Okay. Gave him a small pedal motor car to go about in all over the garden. Oh, small pedal motor. Look at the facility which parents gave this boy. So now you already know the situation. Teacher slapped the boy, and the boy was about to complain to parents, and parents already think about this boy, he was an angel. And look, and he had all the facility there. They filled up his cupboard with all kinds of sweets and biscuits, and left it to his good sense to devour them moderately. They believed a great deal in living things that way. So they kept all sweets in the cupboard of that boy's nursery, and they left him to eat whenever you want. Devour means eat. Okay, devour, eat, or just swallow. So boy can devour whenever he wants, and the parents believed that we should leave all things like that. Let child do independently everything. We don't have to compel him. We don't have to give him at a certain time, you should eat this, you should eat that. No, we should keep everything for him, and he should eat at his own time. That was the philosophy of parents also. You must never set up any sort of contrariness or repression in the child's mind, declared parents. That was another comment from the parents. They already told he is an angel, so you don't create any contrariness or repression, any kind of depression or sadness in the mind of boy. And declared the parents, they told it, you will damage him for life. If you do so, you will damage him for life. Always believe in psychology, always treat the people gently, don't punish him, like such words. It no doubt requires a lot of discipline on our part. Okay, whenever we have to do so, we should need a discipline from our, and but it is worth it. It's worth it. Whenever we want to be disciplined, we need it. Like if we want a child, if we have an option to punish and we don't do that, okay, we need a great amount of discipline, and that's worth it. If worth it means we should do like that, they declare primarily, we shall be bringing up a healthy citizen. That was a comment from the parents. They want a healthy citizen. Yes. The teacher always agreed outwardly. Outwardly means without mentally. He always, yes, we should do like that. Yeah. But it's very hard to play in the ground. From the gallery, it's quite easy to tell opinions. It's quite easy to hit the shot and six, to score the goal, to score the points. But when you come to gallery, it's not like that. That's why teacher was thinking, yes, okay. Feeling more and more convinced every day that what the little fellow needed to make him a normal citizen was not a cajoling, but an anna's worth of cane for which he was prepared to advance the outlay. Outlay means the first amount to buy something. Okay. Really, even parents were telling that he is an angel, we should treat him gently. But teacher was every day convinced what? He does not need cajoling. He does not need any kind of gentleness. He need a cane. Anna's worth means a coin or a measurement. Okay, anna's worth of coin, and to a cane he really needs a cane. And to buy that cane, teacher was ready to give the outlay. First amount teacher will give, and I'm ready to buy that cane for your child. And that is what he really needs. That was the opinion of teacher, and parents had different opinion, and you already know the character of the boy. Look, for the teacher it was a life of utter travel. Means it was really a tough and really like it was like an experiment. The only relieving feature in the whole business was 30 rupees they paid him on every day, every first day. Okay, every first day in the week they will give him 30 rupees, and every first, in the beginning of the day they will give 30 rupees. That was a relieving thing, that was a monetary benefit he got from that tuition. But you know, it took him in all 3 hours every evening. He should spend 3 hours every evening, of which, look, he would like to divide, R.K. Narayanan would like to divide the time of this teacher, of which the first half an hour he had to listen to the child psychology theories of the parents. They will come and tell child psychology, this, that. There are some parents in schools, they are educated, so they want to show themselves that they know many things. That's why they will speak to teacher like, oh, there are many things, so okay. And the father had written a thesis on infant psychology for his MA, and the lady had studied a great deal of it for her BA. It means in the beginning when teacher comes, parents will talk about child psychology, because he had written a paper, father had written a paper for his MA, and for BA mother had studied a lot, a certain amount from the child psychology. So that's why both of them will talk a lot about that. They lectured to him every day to their theories, and he got more and more the feeling that they wanted him to deal with a boy as if he were made of a thin glass. So parents had given him one perspective, that you should act with our child like as he was made of thin glass. So you don't beat him, so you will spoil him for life and you will break him. That was the perspective of parents. He had to pretend that he agreed with them, while his own private view was that he was in charge of a little gorilla. So really parents gave him all this opinion, but I am as a teacher is also interacting with this person. So in my opinion he was a gorilla, in their opinion he was an angel. And you already know the situation going on in this. Okay, now the teacher did not know how to quieten the boy, how to relax him, what to tell him, or to make him mentally fit, to stop his cry. I don't know what to do. Who kept sobbing? Boy was sobbing like he was sobbing all the time. He felt desperate, means sad. He told the youngster, you must not cry for that trifling matters, you must be like a soldier. So that's a trick of a teacher, especially with small boys. Like in our home, if small boys are crying or they fell down, we tell, oh, you are a courageous man, why you are crying? Like that boy was also playing, this teacher also playing the same trick. He said, you are a soldier, you are just crying for trifling, means simple matters, without unworthy matters. You are crying very bad. But look at the replay of the boy. The boy replay, a soldier will shoot with the gun if he is hit. Teacher told, you are a soldier, no need of crying for trifling matters. Then if I'm a soldier, I will hit you back. Then teacher just treated it as a joke. And he just smiled artificially. Yes. Then boy also smiled. Then he got a situation. I think almost everything is going to settle down. Okay, this is at the situation phase. Teacher told, you just go and wash your face and come back. There was a porcelain closet, means porcelain closet. There was porcelain, means it's a kind of material which we use to make cups on plates with white color and something glittering or glazing one. There was such a closet nearby his room, and the boy disobeyed and commented and told, just stop today's chapter. What happened, he just told a joke and everything was getting relaxed. Then he told, you should stop the class. No, I don't know how to stop it. No, because I am here for. Then the boy told, I will tell my mother you stop the class, otherwise I will tell my mother you slapped on my cheek. Then he pushed the chair back and ran and got up, and he was about to run. Then the teacher rushed up to him and caught him down and tell, my dear fellow, I have to be here 1 more hour. If I stop the class, what I can do all this time? So please understand my situation. If I stop the class now, what I should spend here 1 more hour. Then he told, then watch me put the engine on its rail. So he had a toy of train, and there was engine and rail, whole thing was there. If your father comes in, what you say? Then for example, if you're playing with train, then your father comes in, what you say? Then you tell him, this is a chapter to steady engines, then we are playing together here, no issues. That child and boy has every ideas with him. Okay, said the teacher, tell him it's an engine lesson, said the boy, and he smiled maliciously. That's a good idea, like? Okay. He went over to his cupboard, opened it, took out his train set and started assembling the track. He wound the engine and put it down on this, and it went round and round. So he just played with train. It was going round and round in the rail, and teacher was simply looking at the boy. He was doing all these things. Then boy told, you are the station master, proclaimed the boy. You are the station master. No, cried. No, I cannot be a station master, teacher cried. Then you have your test the day after tomorrow. See, you have your maths test day after tomorrow. So steady, my boy. The boy merely smiled in a superior way and repeated, will you be a station master or not? Tell me. The boy just said, will you be a station master or not? Don't tell me about tests. Don't tell me about exams. Will you be a station master for me or not? That was the question. The teacher was annoyed. I won't be a station master, he said defiantly, means against him. He was opposing him and told, I cannot be a station master for you. That was the answer. Oh yes, that is what you say. He gently touched his cheek and, oh, you said you are not going to be a station master. Then he gently touched his cheek and murmured, I will tell to my mother, I feel pain here. Like that was awfully, I must see my mother. That was the comment from the boy again. He made a movement towards the door, and the teacher watched him with a dull desperation. Then, telling this word, boy just moved to the door. Teacher was looking at him desperately. Look at the sentiment or the sentimental mind of that teacher at that time. Was not able to do anything at that time, and simply tortured by the boy and his action. Simply he was dancing according to the song of this boy, small boy. Maybe he fears that he will lose the job, otherwise parents will scold him. Many things must come through or go through the head or the brain of teacher at that time. Anyway, the boy's cheek was still red, so he said, Don't boy, you want me to be a station master, then what I have to do as a so you want me to be a station master, okay, right? I will be. What I have to do to be a station master? You simply whistle, the boy directed. When the train comes to a station, you whistle. You must blow the whistle and cry, engine drivers, stop the train. There are a lot of people to climb up. There are people today who have brought tickets, okay? So what you have to do here, when the train comes to a station, just tell, engine master, stop the train. Here are many people bought ticket. Let them get into the train. That is your duty. Blow the whistle. That's your duty. The teacher hunched up means he stood, his shoulders and head curved forward. He was standing in a corner. You can imagine the situation of that teacher. And he obeyed. He grew tired of the position and the game in 30 minutes and got up, much to the displeasure of his people. Luckily for him, the engine also suddenly refused to move. So he stood up from there and he thought of stopping all this. But for his luck, engine also stopped playing. Then what happened, The boy handed to him. He came with the engine and told, "Repair it, please." As he went back to the seat and said, "Repair, sir." He turned it about in his hand and said, "I can't, I don't know anything about it. It must go," said the boy firmly. "You should clear it. Please repair my engine. I don't know what to do." The teacher felt desperate. He was absolutely non-mechanical and he could not turn a single screw. He was saved to his life. See, even to save my own life, I was not able to simply screw up a small screw. Then how I can repair an engine of a small train, even if it is a toy? The boy stamped his foot impatiently, means he was just stamping, means he just used his leg and just kicked it on the ground and waited like a tyrant, means he acted like a cruel emperor. And the teacher put it away defiantly with, "I can't and I won't." The boy immediately switched on to the another demand. "Tell me a story then." Then teacher told, I am not able, I will not do that. Then switched to another one. He told, "Tell me a story then, I want to listen to story." Another demand, "Tell me a story, you haven't done a sum." It is 8:30. See, now it's 8:30. Now you are playing again and again. You cannot do the sum. This is another thing which you have to study in the mathematics. "I don't care for sums," said he. He said, "I don't care for the sums. You tell me a story or not." The boy called, "Appa, my dad," like that. "Why are you shouting like that for? Your father? I have something to tell him, something important." "Are you shouting to your father like that?" "Yeah, I want to tell him something. I'm just calling my parent because I want to tell him something." The teacher was obliged to begin a story. He was compelled to begin a story of a bison and a tiger, and then he passed on to Alibaba and 40 thieves and Aladdin's lamp. The boy listened, rapped, and ordered. He will be listening and just rapping, and he was just music, like he was listening to music and he was playing like that, and he will tell, "Okay, tell me another story." Repeat again. "I want to hear the story of bison again, please." Look at the situation. Imagine the situation. The boy acts so. If I am the teacher, and you may be thinking, if you are the teacher at that time, what you will do? You will slap on his face again and just tell your father, "Who wants this job?" Maybe you are also thinking like that. But look at the patience of a teacher. Okay, he told, "You want the story of bison again?" Good. The teacher was short of breath. He had done 6 hours of teaching at school and during the day, and tomorrow I have lost all my breath. He thought, "I will tell you the story tomorrow. I lost all my breath." "Oh, all right, I'll go and tell," exclaimed the boy. He thought, okay, I will go to my parents and tell that you have slapped on my face." He got up and started running all the sudden towards the house, and the teacher started after him. See, he just went out and teacher went after him. The boy was too fast for him, wheeled about madly and made the teacher run around the garden thrice. He was just rounding the garden, and 3 times he just rounded there, and the teacher looked beaten. The boy felt pity on him, on teacher. He just felt pity on the teacher and stopped near the rose bush. But the moment he went up and tried to put his hand on him, the boy darted through and ran off. So boy was standing in the garden. Then the teacher came to catch him. Then always he darted and he just went through, ran off. It was a hopeless pursuit. Pursuit means that trying. That was hopeless, sad. The boy enjoyed it immensely, laughing fiendishly. Fiendishly means very cruelly he was smiling. The teacher's face was flushed and he gasped uncomfortably. Uncomfortably means he was tired, like boy was running through the ground. You will feel it when only whenever you teach small children, they almost run in the classroom, and we will take risk to control them. All those things comes to, especially for the LKG students and teachers for LKG students, they feel it. He felt a darkness swelling up around him. He sank down to the portico step. Means there was a step. He was sinking down, and he was thinking like he was going mad. At this moment, father and mother emerged from the house. What is the matter? The teacher struggled up to his feet awkwardly. He was still panting badly and could not talk. He had already made up his mind that he would confess and take the consequences rather than stand the blackmail by this boy. It seemed less forbidding to throw himself at the mercy of elders. They looked inquiringly at the boy and asked, "Why have you been running in the garden at this hour?" The boy looked mischievously at the teacher. When our teacher was sitting there, parents came out. They asked her what happened, and teacher was thinking, I should confess. It's better to tell them everything and face the consequences than facing the torture and the blackmail of this boy. And he was ready to tell everything. And they parents looked at the boy and also asked, why are you running in the garden outside? What happened? What is this hour you are doing? What are you doing at this time? The teacher cleared his throat and said, I will explain. He was trying to find the words for his sentence. The father asked him, how is he preparing for his test in arithmetic? When teacher was about to tell about the incident which he slapped the face of the boy, father asked him, how is his preparation for arithmetic tomorrow? He has maths test. How on hearing the word test, the boy's face fell. He unobtrusively slunk behind his parents. Means without any hesitation, he went to his parents and looked and gestures appealed to the teacher not to betray him. Please don't tell teacher about my test. Please. That was a command from the boy. Parents asked about test. Then boy went to parents and just tell teacher, please don't. Okay. He looked so pathetic and desperate, and the teacher replied, Holly, please let him mug up the 16th table a little more. He has to by heart only 16, the table of 16. Okay, about that multiple table. He is all right. All other things are all right. He will pull through. He will go through and he will study that, no issue. The boy looked relieved. The teacher saw his grateful face, felt confident that the boy would not give him up now, and said, good night, sir. We will finish our lessons early, and I was just playing about with the child, something to keep up his spirits, And when parents asked about test, the boy also came into his track, and teacher told, we will make it clear. We were just playing to make him energetic in the garden. So I will come. We will study everything well. Okay, that was the comment from the teacher. I hope you got the main theme of the story. Punishment from a teacher always, if it is disturbance for a student and he is blackmailing the teacher, and you can take your perspective as you are a teacher and as you are a child when you are in such a situation. That's all about the story. And go through the glossary. Persist, obstinately, appel, shock deeply, dimple a small round hole in the cheek. Okay, miniature furniture, devour something, eating anna's worth of cane, brew proclaim. Okay, porcelain means a hard shiny white substance used to make the plates and cups. Aghast, shocked again, proclaim, defiantly, refusing to obey, hunching, and he was standing hunched there. Okay, fiendishly, extremely cruel, pant, breathe louder. Okay, loudly with mouth open. That's panting. I hope the words were clear. So now you can take your perspective, your standpoint in this like situation. I hope you understood the story very well. Go through the words, do it very well, and don't forget to read the textbook also. Thank you so much.